Joe Biden is running around acting like, Uncle Moneybags from Monopoly, except it's our money that he is spending here. Inflationary problems here, Trish. Stagnation is another big concern. And then we have this Huffington Post article saying that some Democrats want $10 trillion worth of infrastructure specifically for the Green New Deal. I mean, this is scary stuff.
Hey, sure they do, right? They want as much money as they can get their hands on, John. And this will inevitably lead to inflation in some way, shape, or form. By the way, if you're one of those Americans out there that doesn't think your taxes are going up, I've got news for you. They're going up. Because even if you don't get a direct hit from the government, and chances are you will, right? Because inevitably they're going to have to tax the middle class, you will see the effect of this through higher food prices, higher energy prices. Eric knows a lot about that. And also, of course, higher housing prices. This is already being indicated in our economy. You just look at some of the consumer price index inflationary numbers showing you that food is going up 3.5%, gas prices going up 6% in the latest data that we have. I mean, we are not going to be able to handle this. The stock market has been doing great, but a lot of that is very, very artificial. That's inflationary as well. They're throwing so much money at this, John, that it will completely devalue the U.S. dollar. This is not the New Deal, as he's trying to, channel FDR. I think this is a raw deal for American taxpayers.
Back in the 90s, Eric, folks might remember this. Mexico and Argentina, they had these, monetary problems, and they were just lopping off 3 zeros on the end of their money. That's how bad the inflation. I don't know if we'll get there, but what are your concerns when you hear about this much deficit spending going on?
Trish is right about a couple of things here. The stock market has been ignoring this, kind of whistling past the graveyard. One of the biggest threats to the stock market, well, two of them are taxes and inflation. And that's what this bill, that's what Democrats in D.C. are going to throw right down the stock market's throat. But it also will affect middle America. Think about this for a second. $4 trillion is the number that we all believe this thing will end up being. Do you know that's greater than the total GDP of Germany, greater than the total GDP of Great Britain, and greater, if you add Mexico and Canada together, greater than the total gross domestic product of both of those countries combined for the whole year. One bill. This has to be inflationary. You're seeing gas prices, as Trish points out, gas prices are starting to go up now. They're going to probably double. And the way Biden and the liberal Democrats are pulling away from drilling, offshore drilling, permitting, all those things, pulling back on fossil fuel jobs, that's going to skyrocket the price of gasoline, heating oil, and electricity. It has to. It just has to. It's on its way, starting already. So you add inflation to taxation, because as we point out, the Democrats want to take $3 trillion from taxpayers to pay for this thing, whether it's corporate taxpayers or anyone over $400,000. No way it stops there. No way it stops there. It has to go down to lower income people. It has to. And one other point, when you tax the stock market and the stock market starts to fall, 70% of Americans are exposed to the stock market either directly through investment, 401ks, or other methods of investment. So you're affecting not only high income earners, you're affecting the general population when you add this kind of debt